Alright, so, deck tech. I've actually been, and I'm not sure if these previous games are going to go up, because again, I'm going to try to, anyway, we'll see if I end up skipping ahead, but I was actually playing a previous list just like this, just with Frogify in these slots that a repeal is, and it actually went okay. It went 4-1, but at the end of the day, I just felt like Frogify was doing okay. One like eye-opening thing though about Frogify that was kind of disappointing was that I brought it in against Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and I guess I forgot that the way the layers work, it doesn't actually take away the ability that makes all lands all colors. So, and that's kind of the main reason we want to turn off Dryad. I mean, sure, like to play multiple lands a turn is like nice for them, but the main thing is that it turns on Valakut. So, at the end of the day, I think we're just gonna play repeal, and there's something to be said about playing repeal in the sideboard instead of in the main, because sometimes it can be great because it can repeal stuff for 0 mana and then draw a card like Rhino tokens or just any tokens really, or Memnite with a Hammer Bogarden, with a Colossus Hammer on it or something. But then other times, like, it's kind of clunky, it sits in your hand, you can't apply pressure on the board. There's just something to be said about being proactive in game 1. Relic, always proactively can cycle, even if it's not, even if the grave it doesn't do much. Brazen Borrower, you can always just play it as a 3/1 flying, so you don't have to wait for them to play something to get value. And then, of course, that means that Svelin is you can't really protect Svelin other than just relying on your Merfolk, which, honestly, that's kind of how Svelin is designed anyway. Is in theory, it shouldn't require much more than just Merfolk to protect itself. In any case, yeah, there certainly is something to be liked, and this mana base definitely seems kind of wonky. Definitely is kind of wonky, but at the end of the day, we basically never flood, which is really nice. Yeah, sometimes we can run into problems with burn with the Waterlogged Grove, but burn seems to be enough on the downswing that I think it's worthwhile to to squeak these in there. A lot of times I think it's correct to actually pretend like Faerie Conclave is just like an island until like very late in the game, so like aggressively cycle the Waterlogged Groves if you can, like like you would as a Faerie Conclave as an island. But it's just when the game goes really, really long, like those Faerie Conclaves do actually come up, and you can actually push through some final damage. Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of like overkill, but I just find that the Faerie Conclaves are just free enough that I just really like having them here. Not really sure what else to say really about that. So, I could actually try to squeeze back in Riptide Laboratory, but it is just nice having like more blue lands, and yeah, anyway, I guess we'll see. But yeah, and of course still trying without Lord of Atlantis just to maximize the utility. And I'm not sure if I'm getting the previous video that's going to go up that's going to explain this, but just really like the way all these creatures, they either like turn something into an island, which is great against Urza Saga, by the way. They either draw a card, return something to the hand, tap it down. Yeah, the only card that doesn't necessarily like get some kind of value when it immediately comes into play is Master of the Pearl Trident. I mean, it does pump the creatures, but they can remove it. But the idea here is that we just kind of stall them out early on. If they're relying on their graveyard to pump their creatures or something, Relic can whittle that down. Brazen Borrower can clear the path, but basically we just kind of stall the board, which also kind of helps set up for Svelin. And then we can Alpha Strike with Master of the Pearl Trident when the game goes long. I don't necessarily find that I need all 8 Lords. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see if this continues to do okay. I just find that actually the best Merfolk are kind of like the tempo Merfolk. But anyway, I guess we'll continue seeing if this does good work, and well, let's see. Yeah, special thanks to all my viewers. Definitely appreciate that you all are watching and smashing that like button because that helps out. That helps the videos out a lot. But, special thanks to the patrons as well. Shout out coming up soon. And, yeah, and let's see if moving their appeals to the sideboard, just so we can bring them in when they're definitely at their best. Yeah, and, yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, take care. Alright, match 1. We were on the play. We played Tideshaper, and they played Urza's Mine. Took a while for the video to start for some reason. They seem to be on Tron, needless to say. And just, just for efficiency's sake, we played this out. Now, of course, if we knew they were on Tron, we might have held it. Although, frankly, the more important factor to beating Tron is, and always has been, a faster clock. So, although if this is E-Tron, then might be a little bit of a different story. Yeah, I think killing 2 birds with 1 stone here by playing Spreading Seas is the way to go. That both slows them down and allows me to attack through. There was some consideration of playing this off of Mutavault in case I draw another Tideshaper, but alright. But yeah, since I drew a blue mana, which is one reason why I wanted to do this, just play it this way. This way we can hopefully empty our hand of non-land cards if we draw another blue source, so that by the time they're ready to play Thought-Knots here, which is hopefully not this turn, but next turn, okay, we will have no non-land cards in our hand. Okay, well, they must not be very familiar with Merfolk, because yeah, we don't really play mana spells. So it goes. Hopefully I don't have Dismember. That would suck. That would suck so bad that I think I'm willing to... I guess it would have been better if we played Mutavault, but we couldn't have known that would be exactly what we drew. Yeah, so basically they play Thought-Knots here, they die. Okay, what's the plan to deal with the Crackback? Yeah, that was probably not very thought through. I might have seriously considered attacking. But then I actually had Merfolk Trickster anyway to soften the blow, so I probably would have attacked because I could have tapped it down anyway. We definitely want Counterspell and Force Negation. Question is, do we want anything else? We don't need Relic. Yeah, and we don't actually strictly need Harbinger of the Tides. It's okay, but we don't strictly need it. The rest is pretty good. Trickster, Master, Harbinger, Counterspell, Spreading Seas, Silvergill, Brazen, Force of Negation, sweet one, yep. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Nope. Yeah, maybe that's better. And given this hand, I think we have to put Counterspell to the bottom. Oh, they mulligan to 5. Lovely. Righty. Oof. Part of me wants to curve out, but the other part of me realizes that A, it's a Spreading Seas effect if I wait till 2. B, I've got a turn 1 play anyway. And C, I need additional cards to reveal with Silvergill Adept. Alright. Well, I gotta seize them to prevent Urzaing. Hopefully I don't dismember and then play Urza. Okay, well hopefully they don't just untap an Urza. Because I mean this way I applied pressure while move Spreading Seas would have been better. Well, maybe this is a sufficiently mediocre hand that it's all good. Need some tricksters that'll control these things. Feeling not bad. I'm thinking not to attack because then Svelin will be indestructible next turn. Well, but what's going to destroy it anyway, realistically? Well, Svelin will be a great blocker anyway. I don't like attacking these things. That could definitely be a problem. So I think I kind of have to play Svelin. I should have attacked first, because they're almost certainly going to ping. Or maybe not. Oh wait, they can't ping. Well, no, they can't. Well, they can't ping now, but they could ping before. I'll play this out. I shouldn't have played the Tide Shaper like that, but whatever. My reality might get smashed. Still going for Tron. That's no yes. So yes, that could definitely help. I'm going to attack full force. I have blockers anyway. Yeah, and I've got this. Yeah, maybe just in case I need to hit this. Just in case. That's pretty good. Oops, I tapped the wrong card, the wrong vial. Yeah, let's just play already. I doubt attacking with the not bad. Good thing they got Tron off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can play All Is Dust, but I can force a negation it. But if they play a Reality Smasher, they can't also play All Is Dust, which is very good. Tricky trick. Alright. Alright, cool stuff. Alright, match 2. We'll keep. One nice thing about main deck Relic, sometimes it can help us curve out on curve 1. And as we can see, we're facing a Luris deck, so Relic will not be completely dead, although if it is burn, which it looks like it is, then it will also not be super duper live. In any case, maybe this slows it down a little bit. And then maybe Svalin can do good work next turn. See, now they can't play it and Searing Blaze. Harbinger can be pretty good. If they play it in attack, I think I'll have to just take... Okay. And I think I have to play Svalin. I know, like, but I got plenty of Merfolk left in the deck. Yeah, I'll gladly offer the trade. I probably should have attacked first, but so it goes. Yeah, and if they attack, I will definitely block. I don't think they're going to attack. Attack with both of these. Alrighty. Yeah, this could be important for making Svalin indestructible. So Chris is probably going to call no face. Ooh, ward. May have to chump block. So a spare, but you know, if so, it is what it is. Like, obviously, I'm going to prevent 4 damage, which is going to be huge. Alrighty. Well, I don't like it, but I have to block. Literally perfect hand. Obviously, anything that slows down the game is going to be pretty appreciated. Spreading Seas is basically a one more card. Man, we really slowed them down as much as possible. They played a 3-4. It still wasn't good enough. Yeah, you know what? We only need one master. Like Control, this is a matchup where the Lord kind of plays mop up. What was even that first game? I forgot. Oh, yeah, E-Tron. How could I forget beating E-Tron? I hate E-Tron. It's your boy. Well, we got Aether Vial for Eidolon shenanigans. And otherwise, Force Negation is going to be pretty good. Probably we have to save Force Negation for Searing Blaze. Alright, we might get to see that as early as now. Yes, Searing Blaze has got to be a very tempting option right here. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think we're ticking up to 3. Yeah, I think we're definitely ticking up to 3. Yeah, that was a wise choice from them. I could play Aether Vial, but I mean, I don't want to tap this Waterlogged Grove. And I can really dish out the damage next turn. Alright, so I could return Loris to hand. I'm just going to repeal this. Yep. Oops, I didn't meant to reveal my hand. Alright, well maybe they're instant leaving the game. Actually came in handy this time. So maybe they didn't see our hand. Yep. Yeah, I'll keep. Same. This is a very similar hand to last time. Similar, not the same, but and that's a similar. Difference between being on the play and on the draw though is huge, since while it's similar, they can drop like double Swift Spear and we can be in for a world of hurt. And why is it that I suspect that's going to happen? I have to try to tempo them, even slightly. I want to try to block the Goblin Guide, that's why I did it that way. I gotta do really anything to slow this down. I hate going down to 6, but like I have to play Spiel in. It's the only way. Okay, now Force Negation is the only way now. Well, if I didn't have this Horizon land, maybe I would have won, but whatever. Alright, match 3, we'll keep. We've got double Aether Vial and Sphalen, one of the key components to winning these days with Merfolk. Yeah, we'll play this out. Stoneforge Mystic. Caldra. What can I say? Oh, I wish we could take our turn. Okay. Oh, goodness me. Take a little nap. I'm just kidding. Oh, come on. Oh, I want to play. Actually, I guess I'll play Aether Vial. Yep, killed her up. The question is, should we play Svalin? And I think the answer has got to be yes. Okay. I'm not going to risk it by blocking. Although maybe I had to. Oh, but it would have exiled anyway. Suddenly, just like that. At least we gained a lot of life. That's always a nice consolation prize. You know what, I'm going to try to go for the white. We have the wherewithal to do that now. I have a feeling white is like the main color in this deck.
Alright. Alright, let's I definitely should have left this on too for now and then ticked it up after that. Oh, come on. Opponent is burning a lot of time off the clock. I like the clock. I like the clock. Alrighty. Alright, we'll block with Trickster. I mean, we don't want them gaining life every turn. Well, this is going to help. If they want to block them, I guess. Alright, well. Works for me. And I get to brazenly borrow the Caldra, or the Germ token rather. Anti-theft. Excuse me. Excuse the yawn. What these long, pregnant pauses are from the opponent. Huge pause. Well, okay. Alrighty. I guess. Okay, that's odd. Why did they have to respond to this? I don't get it. I'm trying to harness the power of confusion, maybe? Oh, I see. Oh, maybe we'll get a Harbinger. We got another redraw. Alrighty. Oh, Trickster. That's not bad. Yeah. We'll try to play the Borrower. Be mana efficient. Alrighty. ready. Tap that thing down. Alright, that's fine. I think we win the war of aggression anyway. Well, rather, I think we have to be the aggressor. I could have tried to block with Brazen Borrower, though. That certainly is a possibility. Yeah, I probably should have tried to block with Brazen Borrower. Yeah, why not play this off this? Yeah, see what I mean? Okay. Attack for 7. They attack for 8. I like threatening lethal though. If we could force them to be on the defense, then I think we'll be in a decent spot. And they at least have to defend, I think, with the Flicker Wisp. I hope they have some blockers. Oh, they do not. Then I don't know why they suicide attacked. Alright. And I'll play Counterspell, but it's very tentative. Relic just, I don't know, Relic could interact with that card. Chalice could be good against Ephemerate. A lot of their deck doesn't seem to. Yeah, I just don't know if this is a deck for Spreading Seas. It's definitely for Harbinger. Probably Chalice. Yep. I don't think we actually need Spreading Seas. Even though they have no islands. I think this hand is a little too awkward. Handy awkward. Alright, well, this hand is at least not mana awkward. But it is awkward in almost every other meaningful sense. And I wonder, what is up with all these multi-face duel cards? Well, I guess I gotta go for it now, right? I'll get in a hit with Caldera, but... Although maybe I should have waited to repeal first. Yeah, maybe that's possible. I guess I get to brazenly borrow. Yeah, repealing was serious value, though. Probably should have just waited one turn to repeal. But I don't want them to ephemerate their Stoneforge, though. Yeah, this may have actually saved me. Alright, well at least I can harbinge that. Harbinge. Yeah, well... Dang it, I kind of want to play Silvergill. Alright, I'm gonna take the damage because I have a feeling that they're gonna play Skyclave Operation on my Chalice anyway. So it'll unlock Repeal. And even if they try to use it as a blocker, now I can tap it down with Trickster or Brazen Borrow it. A number of different options. I had a feeling they had some answer to that. I probably should have waited first, so now I can Repeal. But see, I predicted though. I predicted that they would unlock my Repeal. I just thought they would attack first, and I'd take another 5, but got the best of both worlds this way. Feels pretty good. Alright. So here's what I want to do. I want to attack both Takaya. I have to. See if they block the Silvergill. Interesting. Alright. I suspected they had that, but see, that's why I attacked with both. Alright, I'll try to play this again, at least to prevent another Ephemerate. We're kind of out-tricking the trick deck. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, well at least we got some value out of Chalice. I'm gonna would have pushed damage anyway. Whoa. Oh my god, I'm sorry for this. I was hoping to mute that before that came out. Oh. That was one of the most sudden sneezes that's ever come on me. And the opponent has drained so much time from the clock. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, if you say so. Alright, well the good news is these tokens are pretty much the same thing to me as the Silvergills, since, you know, we don't actually have Spreading Seas, although they don't get buffed by Master of Pearl Trident, so there's that. But still. I'm thinking of Trickstering and then Harbinging. Yeah, I mean, when else am I going to get value like that? RT. Yes, that's it. I guess I should have attacked with the Mutavault too. Shriekmaw. Y'all get caught up in the Shriekmaw. Shriekmaw. I guess now I got a blocker. What is this now? Maul of the Skyclaves. Well, okay, so here is something cool we can do. So maybe we just return that. Yeah, this is actually not causing that much problems for us. Yeah, something tells me they don't have so hopefully they move Batterskull over. Something tells me they don't have Sword of Fire and Ice. I would have thought they'd Ephemerate or something. Okay. We even get another token for attacks. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, match 4, let's keep. Okay, I think this is in the burn deck. Oh. Alrighty, well. Turn 2 Svalin might be useful, although Monkey being able to dash always makes that a little bit less valuable. Man, I hate taking a clean hit from Monkey before I can do anything. Well, okay. Must be doing something right with that Aether Vial. Yeah, I'll just get some value while I can with Harbinger. I could have tried to tap it down, but RT. Yeah, I could try to play Svalin, but I think tapping down the Monkey is better. Guaranteed value here. Alright. I can Spreading Seas, I guess, something. I'll Spreading Seas the white, because something tells me that they don't have as much white. And I could be totally wrong about that. Like, theoretically, I can imagine them playing only one white source in their entire deck. Seems unlikely, but still. So hopefully I can set up Svalin being indestructible. Alright, so they're probably going to play Loris. At least they have nothing to bring back as of right now. Oh. Didn't know they were playing Scores of the Skyclaves. They would have been able to bring it back anyway, so maybe I shouldn't feel too bad. IT. No point in attacking because they can just block and then bring it back. Yeah, there's just no beating this. They dealt with my Aether Vial, so I can't really stop the recursion. Man, I wish I had Frogify now against this deck, but honestly Chalice is pretty good, and together with Repeal could be really good. Still like Relic the thing. I like Spreading Seas, but I think here it's not as necessary. I don't think I actually need Masters. Yeah, so here I'm taking out Relic simply because all these other cards are really good. And I want to play those instead. Not because Relic isn't good in a matchup, it is. Alright, I guess I have to try to save my, well, yeah, Repeal's gonna be a good one. I got 2 Brazen Borrowers. I can Brazen Borrow that too. And I most likely will. Oh, excuse me. Excuse the yawn. Well, Svalin could be good. You know, I'm just going to play this. I'm going to set up for a Harbinger mount. At least it appears, and I don't want to jinx it, that I have kept Ragavan at bay, at least. All of this for a 1-drop, can you believe it? And I want to play Svelin, but I want to hold up Counterspell too. Alright, but I have to though, because the problem is that Svelin gets significantly worse if I block with the Harbinger, which I'm kind of inclined to do. Alrighty. Alright, I'm on Holy Heat. I could have gotten around Svelin no matter what. If that's the case. I'm surprised they left that in their deck. We have Merfolk Trickster. Alright. We gotta have maximum block duty. I might just double block at the Conclave. Yeah, because this way I can counter using the Conclaves if need be. And turns out I kind of needed that. And the problem is Luris now. Should I block with Mutavault or should I block with I'll block with Mutavault. And I guess I'll save 1 life for doing it this way. I just never know if they've got another Scourge of the Skyclaves. Alright, well, they're probably going to try to remove it, and then I can Harbinge as an instant, at least. But where this ends, I don't know, because actually maybe I do need a Relic. Let's see. That came about 1 turn too late. Oof. I hate countering something that they can just replay, but I don't have a choice at this point. Maybe this will force them to attack with Loris at least, and if they attack with Loris, then their Death Shadow dies. So there is that. But I don't know, they've surely got a removal spell, and if they don't, they'll probably draw 1 off of Mistress Bauble. Oh yeah, that, I forgot. Well, maybe repeal into another land. I guess their Death Shadow doesn't die if they attack with Loris, so they probably should. Yeah, well, at least I get to finally deal with Loris. I could have used that. That would have meant if they didn't attack with Loris and they didn't have creature removal, they would have lost though. And we're dead on board. Alright, match 5. At least, hopefully we can finish this with a favorable result. Mulligans to 5 cards. Well, that's gotta bode well for me. That has to bode well for me. Oh, black. Black Infect. Well, I could just die here. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna fool around with this. I don't want to die to like scale up Mutavault Crosa. So I'll force them to have to use a pump spell to trade with my Tide Shaper. Hopefully they don't just have Pendle Haven or Gasp, Cathedral of War, or Gasp Prowess. I mean a Exalted Creature. That Exalted Creature means I won't die this turn, so it's okay. At least this should be a quick game either way. Either way, it should be a quick game. Alright, that's what I want to see. Part of me wants to deploy the Aether Vial, but the other part of me realizes that... Well, I don't think I can just die from the Moth Nexus yet. Famous last words. Alright, well hopefully... I mean, I'm playing around what's on the board. Hopefully they don't push and then Mutavault Crosa, you know, scale up. Okay. Okay, so they could scale up an Inkmoth. Yep, see, they had scale up, called it. At least next turn I could block with Brazen Borrower if it really came to it. Oh, come on. Okay, good. Okay, you know, I can deal with being at 2 poison. I don't think regular damage is going to matter that much, and I may want to cycle if they don't do anything worthwhile. If they play a land, scale up. I may need a block with Brazen. I'll probably try to block with Brazen either way. It's just the most mana efficient thing to do here. And Fatal Push won't deal with this. So, hopefully, this can trade. I think I'm keeping this at 2. I'm still gonna try to be patient and not attack just yet. Alrighty. Well then, I've got some options. I think the best option is just play Master and block. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll attack. But they don't mutagenic growth and block. Right. And say attack with Inkmoth, I'll try to make it loose flying and block. I might even try to double team with Mutavault since I got nothing better to do. Okay. Plague Stinger. You'll get caught up in the Plague Stinger. Plague Stinger. Yeah. Still want to keep up the interaction. Mega interaction. Yeah, so I can attack like this, and I still have a lot of interaction left up. I just really don't want to sit idle around what I get. I want to dish the damage out. I'll probably try to block with Brazen Borrower again. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. In order to play around shenanigans, I'm going to do this on Plague Stinger now to try to block it. I could always play the Brazen Borrower ability if they try to like do something. Or I can just play out the Brazen Borrower. It doesn't really matter which. We'll both end up with a Brazen Borrower dead and a Merfolk Trickster whittled down. Man, what an exceptionally long Infect match. Oh, please, not, oh. Yeah, it seemed a little odd. Let's work on their land. Well, actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, they're not quite dead yet. But we can make it so that they, they're dead if they play fetch. I like that idea. Turning off fetch lands is a pretty powerful thing. Alrighty. Chalice. Tide Shaper. Yeah, we definitely went Chalice. Tide Shaper can be good though against those Inkmoth Nexus. That's the thing. So it's there's a little bit of a non-bow, but I still might want to play him. Do I honestly need the Masters? Well, I mean, I've got all these like Island Walk effects, but what I really want is non-stop, constant interaction. So in that regard, probably Counterspell is where I want to be, right? Like, Repeal is good too, but the problem is Repeal can't hit Inkmoth, it can hit other things. Yeah, Counterspell is just good for whatever kind of nonsense they might bring in from the sideboard. Well, we got Chalice. Can't complain too much, can we? Well, I mean, we can always complain. Remember, complaining is always an option. Okay, don't take that advice too seriously. Maybe the real lesson is just because you can doesn't mean you should. Please play Inkmoth, so I can get some value from Tide Shaper before. Okay, good. Okay, I might just have to run out Chalice, in which case I wish I'd played Tide Shaper on turn 1. Yeah, dang it. So shut off my own Tide Shaper. The problem is that if I don't do this, scale up basically just means certain death. Like if they only had Inkmoth, then I would definitely just tag it with the Tide Shaper. Although the problem there is if they kept mana up, they could give it protection and then hit me on the other turn. Bottom line is Tide Shaper seems like a bit of a non-bro. Could have just been better off as a Master Repeal. Yeah, I totally should have just played this out though, and then it wouldn't have been a non-bro. And at least any more than Chalice is. No, not Breeding Corruptor. Anything but that. Oh. Okay, well that's could be worse. Man, I'm in trouble here. Alright, that's GG. I mean, next turn I could have played Faerie Conclave. You know, maybe I should have just held up Faerie Conclave, but whatever. Look at this hand, though. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to run it back. That hand was ridiculous. I just kept drawing nothing but islands. Alright, I'll try to make it work. We'll keep. Alright, what's the point of 8Cs if I don't actually try to 8Cs them? Alright, yep, so we get to... As long as I don't land a Noble Hierarch, I think I'm good. Alright, let's play Chalice. Force a bigger. Alright, so now I can counter Force a bigger. screw them with Spreading Seas, so I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm gonna play a backup Chalice too, because why not? Alrighty. And we'll play a backup Chalice, because again, why not? IT. Just have to keep Counterspell up for Force of Vigor. Alright. Alright, let's see. Alright, I guess that's that. Alrighty.
Alright, Post League wrap up. Well, you know, one way we can look at this is that it was disappointing that we didn't get you know, a 5-0 or even a 4-1. But you know, on the other hand, you know, like, we did beat Tron. I mean, that alone has got to count for something, right? But yeah, yeah, like, so against Tron, I don't think actually, this is another knock against Frogify. Frogify doesn't turn off Dryad Elysian Grove's, you know, prismatic omen type effect of turning all lands into altites, but it also doesn't. It also turns off Thought-Knot Seer's, you know, drawing a card ability. You know, when you kill it, so like that's kind of a knock against Tron. You know, red white burn, the sorcery speed is just, and also like leaving behind a creature is just very meh. You know, Stoneforge Mystic decks, I mean, yeah, sure, you can hit Stoneforge Mystic, and then if they just play another, then your SOL. Probably Repeal is just better against the Stoneforge Mystic decks. You can just keep them off kilter for a long time, and between Repeal, Brazen Borrower, Harbinger, you know, hopefully, like we did kind of against the Black-White Reef deck, we can just keep their Germ tokens getting blown up, and we can keep returning stuff to their hand. Yeah, Mardu's Shadow. Like, that's one matchup where actually Frogify does probably shine. It probably shines a lot against those shadow creatures. But, you know, Merfolk Trickster is a hard answer to Scourge of the Skyclave. Just didn't work out that time. I mean, when you're playing against a discard deck, there's always like a decent amount of luck that gets injected into the matchup as to like whether or not you draw. Because a lot of times it comes down to your top decks. And their top decks, because sometimes they draw their discard in an inopportune time. But yeah, overall, I think Repeal still is fine in that matchup, and Black Queen, in fact, you know, Frogify could help there too. It helps out particularly against, like, the Plague Stinger. But we got so much, like, we have so many flying blockers that, you know, maybe we're just fine against that matchup anyway. So, like, I don't know. Frogify definitely was an interesting experiment, but Repeal has been a tried and true card for me, so maybe we just play that in the sideboard instead, and, well, I guess we'll just see how this goes, but hey, you know, 3-2, we can't get like a super great result all the time, but hey, we'll still take it. Still winning result. Yeah, I think that's about all I can say for now, but yeah, definitely thank you all for liking, commenting. Yeah, take care everybody, and let's see if we can continue to do well with Merfolk. Alright.